Hello and welcome back to another episode of Baddie in a Budget. I might be putting this on Baddie in a Budget and also on my YouTube channel just because this relates to financial planning. I love a good old managing money and investing. And in today's video, I'm going to talk more about estate planning. So what that really entails, what that really is. I've learned so much from a book that I am going to post right here. I have Kindle Unlimited, and this app provides you with those resources. So this app, Kindle Unlimited, Amazon sponsor me if you want. Well, not if you want, you have to sponsor me. I've been purchasing it for quite some time, but anyways, Kindle Unlimited is such a great opportunity for you to grab your book, and it's a good Amazon opportunity for you to explore new books every month, and you just pay a membership fee, which is a couple dollars, is the same amount as your Netflix account membership. So the same amount, but you get more knowledge. So I learned about estate planning because of this book, and I'm going to teach you what I've learned. I'm still reading on it, and I just think I'm going to do a part 2 and 3. Perhaps because there's so much to be said. So what exactly is estate planning? Estate planning is when a person plans his entire net worth. Many people have tons of money and tons of personal belongings, and they do not leave a will or anything that indicates who will be the beneficiaries of those assets or those debts. And it's very important, and you don't have to be rich in order to have the estate planning. Well, why do you need a planning in the first place if you don't got money? So it's not just talking about financial resources, but it's also talking about health conditions. If let's say you have a problem with a disease, or you unfortunately passed away because of a car accident, you are able to distribute all of your assets. You are able to leave your kids to people that you trust. You are able to have someone guide you in case you're not mentally incompetent at a point in time. You may need help from health providers, and you won't know who to reach if you're in a critical condition. People are like, well, I'm very young. I don't think I'm gonna die any soon. Well, the thing is that if you are a living organism, you can die at any time. Unfortunately, death does not come to those who are old or who are more experienced. Death comes to the ones that has to come to. Unfortunately, you can be 1 or you can be 88 years old, and there's a possibility that you will be dying at some point. I'm sorry, I spoil the spoiler. Estate planning gives you assurance that all of the assets or all of your net worth that you will be getting, or that you will be passing to your family members, will be properly distributed based on your wishes. You need to have a will regardless how old you are, because anything can happen. Ellie Goulding said this perfectly on her song. Anything could happen, anything could happen. And it's true. You can die at any moment. You can be mentally incompetent at any moment. And you want to make sure that the people you trust are going to be the ones that are going to be taking care of you in case of an emergency. So that's what estate planning does. If you have kids, you should be writing that will and be having that estate planning, because you want to make sure that your kids are going to be having guardians that are responsible, that are helpful, that share same values as you, so they can raise your children. It is a lot to be said about this, because school does not teach us about the importance of planning. I'm not gonna lie, I don't have my planning yet, but I am contacting lawyers and other resources to provide me with a guide. So where can I do this estate planning? Well, you can go online, you can draft your own, you can do templates, but the problem with that is that you may run the risk of not drafting one correctly or using a template that you don't need, and then once you have it, you may not have the opportunity to be granted your wishes because you did not fill this properly. But if you go with an attorney, someone who's in charge of estate planning and wills, then you will be more equipped with the resources on the things that you need. Perhaps a lawyer will let you know the things that you do need to take care of, and there might be things that you never thought of. So don't be stingy and do your estate planning with an attorney. They know more than you. They're qualified experts to help you out on something big like this, because this is huge. This is so big, and it's not talked about at all. So please be in charge and take ownership of your life. So let's talk about why it's so important. Why is it so important when you have a will, when you have planning, your assets are not going to go to probate. What is probate really mean? Well, probate is a government legalized system in which anyone who died without a will have to go through. It has to go with the government. It has to go to court, basically. So you have two options. Either you do the estate planning or you do what is called probate. Probate is when people did not leave a will. They did not leave a will, therefore the government has to take charge of that. You don't leave a will that can be distributed into other people that you may not want that distribution going towards. It involves a court process. It involves a lot of fights because family members disagree. They say, no, I deserve this, I deserve that, I want this, I want that, I've been here, and the problem begins to roll. Families start falling apart because there was no will. Families will find a way to fight over a piece of lot, a piece of a car, will fight for houses that don't have windows and doors. Trust me, family will fight. And if you don't believe me, there's nothing else that I can do for you. People will fight for anything. There's a saying, you do not know anyone until a divorce happens or the death of a loved one happens. People will fight for anything and everything. So a will protects that. It protects from any fights that can go. It mitigates the risk of family fall-offs because the person who passed away already had everything laid out. He or she said, this is the vacation house is going to Timmy, the residential property is going to go to Kim, the other beach house is going to go to Carla, the ranch is going to Mr. John. Everything's already decided. Everything is designed properly. So no one has to fight because we have to grant the wishes of the people who passed away. We have to grant the wishes of the dead. So yeah, that is so important. Wills are so important. Talk to someone who's an expert on this field. Don't let your family members, don't let TikTok, though TikTok is getting banned at some point, But don't let anything or anyone make you feel like, no, I don't need a will right now because I'm too young, or because I'm not married. You gotta have a will because you may be having family. Oh, I forgot to tell you. You may be having kids from a different marriage, and you want to protect those kids too. You don't want your spouse's future wife getting a house instead of your own children from the assets that you have. Just think about it. You don't want to leave the people that you love without resources. If you have resources, be very, very careful how you plan them. And even if you don't have resources, even though you may not have a vacation home or a ranch, you always got a plan. Because you may not be rich right now, but in the future, girl, you'll be having the coin. That's for sure. So you want to make sure that just in case somehow you win the lottery, your family is protected, because you can die. By the moment you're trying to cash out that lottery check, you can die. And you want to make sure that your children, your mother, your dad, your brother, your sister, your uncle, your cousin are protected from any external problems. I'm just letting you know. This is very important, and if you don't want to listen to me, that's fine. That's on you. But always got to be smarter. Always got to be 2 steps ahead, and possibly 10 of them, because in this economy, we can't afford any of this. Life is becoming more and more expensive. So please plan accordingly. Please have all your ducks in a row. And just live life for a bit, right? Plan. There's no such thing as too much planning, but there is such thing as no planning, because you can hurt your family without even noticing it. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope you call a lawyer right now and ask them what estate planning really entails, so we can have better communication and better relationships with our money. So with that being said, I hope you learned something, and I'll see you on the next episode. Bye.